6. Command Toga, SRS runway, auto thrust is blue. 80 knots, thrust set. 5500. 31. Rotate.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Wednesday morning, coming at you here from the North Texas V1 HQ. Sitting on the ramp in Phoenix Sky Harbor, America's friendliest airport, in the Airbus A319. One of my absolute favorite birds to fly. Can't wait to get this one up and rolling. I haven't flown 319 since last time we flew it. The last time we flew it, I absolutely smashed it. So hopefully we can remedy that. But if you're unfamiliar with what's going on this week, I got a line check coming up. It was supposed to be last month. It's now this weekend. So we're going to be flying the 19 today, the 20 tomorrow, the 21 on Friday. And each stream we're going to throw a little in-op sticker in there just so I can get familiar with go digging back through the book and stuff. I haven't flown a real airplane in a couple weeks. It's been a little while, so it'll be just good refresher. Today the MEL is the APU is in op, so that's pretty standard for these 319s. The APU gets weak, they get tired. We got no APU. Good thing it's wintertime here in Phoenix. That shouldn't be too much of an issue as far as heat is concerned, but it may cause some issues down the line if we are not careful, and we'll get into that later. So, Turk in the U.S., the FS Labs Glazer himself. What's up, man? Good to see you with Tools here. Game Hooks here. Nightbot joined. That's nice. Nightbot, welcome in. Infi and Ewok is here. Bules Mafia, my man. Good to see you. Al W's in the house. What's up? Good to see you, my friend. Pretty foggy morning out there, Al. It's like half-mile viz when I was driving into the office. John Seifert next to you is in the house. Logo Lights is here. Oscar's here. Captain McGee. Team Vodka in the house. Yes, we're doing Dukes later. Turbine or Piston Duke? I'm unsure which one we're going to do. We will be flying Dukes later this evening. The stream is already up. Make sure you head over to the main page, hit the notification button so you don't miss that one. Should be a fun little stream later as well. Mr. Martini in the house, a Blackbird Controls, my man, good to see you. Oscar Iniguez and many more. Thank you all for tuning in as we have a nice Delta Airlines slew right through us like so. Beautiful. All right. Wouldn't be the first time Delta ran into another airplane on the ramp. All right, all right. AJ, what's up, man? Always scheduling streams during meetings. Yeah, dude, haven't you figured that out yet? That's the goal. That's the goal, man. All right. Let me go ahead and mute this so it doesn't pop off in the next second here. All right, who's ready? Are y'all ready? Let's do a little pre-flight walk around here. We're in walk around mode. So what I do love about the Fenix is when you go into walk around mode, you don't have all these covers and stuff to unplug. So I know Team Vodka and a couple others are super anti walk around mode. And I'll be honest with you, I'm anti walk around mode most of the time. I don't want to be forced into it. Like having to pull covers and stuff. With the Fenix, you don't have to do that like the default aircraft. We have to pull engine covers and stuff and gear pin covers, which is actually a maintenance function. You're not allowed to do that as a, well, at least we're not able to do that. Maintenance has to track those pins, and it actually goes in the logbook every time that a pin is pulled or installed. So take a look at the nose gear. Looks good to me. Everything looks pretty good here. We'll walk along our fuselage. This livery is an absolute awesome one from Whiskey Throttle. He just released this livery pack, all the special tails. So you got Nevada one, you've got this one here of Arizona, and then there's a couple more. I think he's got a couple sports teams. The Cardinals one, which we already flew once, that was a fantastic livery. It's now available. All of them come available in the package on the Flight Sim TO. So another Whiskey Throttle W here. And another Delta Tail Strike there. Very cool. All right. Looking at the back of the IAEs here. We got IAE V2500s. Looking absolute good. Looking good here. Wonderful. You can always dead giveaway you're in a 319. If you have a hard time determining, just look here. This little fairing here for the aft cargo door is only on the 319. So that's also, fun fact, how you can tell the difference between a 170 and a 175. If you have a hard time telling, oh, it looks like 175. Is it a 170? But the cargo runs into that fairing there just a little bit. So dead giveaway. Looks like that valve is wide open, looking good. Make sure we stay clear of the drain mass. Everything looks good. Look at that Arizona one tail up there. Looking good. Spirit Frontier merger revived. Did I see that, Lucas? I've seen it. That's fake news. Well, it's not fake news. It was they got an unsolicited offer from Frontier, and it appears they've shut it down. There could be another one on the table. Who knows? We'll see. But as of right now, it doesn't appear that Spiritual Wangs is interested in Frontier. But that's not to say another offer may not be dropped later on. A couple different schools of thought on that. I guess we can talk about it in cruise. I mean, I'm just a line guy, so I don't really know anything. I'm sure all the head Teds and head sheds and stuff up in the HQs know a lot more about this stuff than us line guys. But there could be another offer on the table, or it could be they just want to recap their money. They don't believe in the ULCC model with Frontier. There's a bunch of different reasons for that, but I do know confirmed from internal sources that was shot down immediately. So that's interesting. All right. Sim sounds are ready to roll. Lights are on in the background. Let's begin our, well, actually, let's go ahead and start proper. This is day one of getting back in the swing of things. As we enter the cockpit door here, we'll come on into the cockpit. We'll go through our flow. Let me check. When was the last time I flew an airplane? I feel like it's been a while since I've flown an airplane. Not by design. The last time I flew was on the 17th, so 2 weeks. I did that turn. Okay, so yeah. It's about time we do a little refresher. 2 weeks without flying. All right, so we'll come into the cockpit here. We'll go ahead and check a couple things. Make sure you check the pins. So the pins, actually, we were just talking about it outside. They'll be right in here where the test EXE is. You can get this free of charge if you download the FS Lab. So this one here is not installed, but if you would like a free test EXE installed, you can go ahead and purchase the FS Labs. They have that for you loaded up. We'll go ahead and check behind the coat rack there. Some of you members know exactly what I'm talking about. I sent you a little picture about what's in this secret panel back here, mostly just spare bulbs, printer paper. That's really about it. Maybe a few fuses, something like that. Not much in there. That looks good. We check all the compartments. Since we're the first arriving at the aircraft, we would check our life vests in here, make sure both the captain and the first officer have life vests. Thought there was a click spot, but I know it's going through over here. Same thing, check the O2 mass, put the middle finger down on the high heat glove there because that's probably sticking up at us. Make sure our circuit breakers look good behind the jump seat. There's our crash axe, looking good, looking good. You know, somebody was telling me a story the other day where it was a regional guy. He got in trouble at TSA because they wouldn't let him take his butter knife and his spoon or something. So then he went to the aircraft, grabbed the crash axe, and then went back to TSA. Not recommended. Not recommended. Apparently, he was put on non-flying status. Just kind of a funny little story to tell there. Okay, everything else looks good. Oh, another fun fact. I just got a memo about this. This rain repellent right now is actually in high demand, and it's like low stock or something. So they're telling us, we got a memo, do not use rain repellent unless absolutely necessary, because here's the thing, if you defer the rain repellent and you don't have any and you don't have a wiper, you're actually downgraded to Cat 1, I believe. I believe it's Cat 1, so it's actually just not some benign fluid that you're taking along with you in flight. It's actually necessary, which I've used it a handful of times. I think there's several instances where the rain repellent makes a difference. If it squirts out on the windshield properly, most of the times it doesn't really, just kind of dribbles out of the little nozzle, and it's just a waste anyway. But apparently they are in short supply of the rain repellent, so use sparingly. All right, going up to the overhead here, let's go ahead and, nope, let's not do that. Let's continue our flow here. So let's go ahead and make sure the landing gear lever is down, the start masters are off, ignition is normal, radar is off, parking brake is set, flaps are agree with the position of the surfaces when we walked outside. Now we'll come up to the overhead, 25.6 volts minimum. That checks. Now we go ahead and power up, make sure the off-light powers up on number 2. Beautiful. Thump, thump, and juice it up. Here we go. Let the airplane come to life now. Dougal McTavish, my friend, how you doing this morning, man? Or this evening? Yeah, stop screening pilots. I know, dude. It's crazy. No patience for this? What's up, my friend? Good to see you, dude. Do have Mini FCU up and running. Looking good. Looks like it is working. Yes, it is. Cool. I'm going to just go ahead and set 8,000 because I think that's on the SID. We do have a, we do have a PDC. Watch out for the circuit breakers by the gloves when jump seat. Put their bag behind the FO seat. Very true. Very true. All right, everything is powering up. That's going to go away. Now we'll go ahead with our overhead flow. Let's juice up these integral lights. We'll go cruise supply, ground control, CVR test. There it is. Wonderful. Checking my phone for coffee delivery. All right, we'll go Captain PERS, Captain, ADIRS 1, 2, and 3. Let's wait for that on-bat light to extinguish, please. Will I fly the TOLUS again? Highly unlikely. Not for a while, man. Not for a while. There's no reason for me to go back in the TOLUS. The only reason I'd go back in the TOLUS right now is for sim prep, and I want to do consecutive V1 cuts, and I want to use the state-saving feature. So probably not for a while. I'll have so I got my line check is this month. I'll probably be in the sim in 6 months. So July, August, somewhere around there, I'll be going back to the sim. So then we may bring out the TOLUS in that case. Auto field elevation, that looks good. Our APU is deferred. I do not have a $75 sticker to stick here to say MEL. Well, that's probe window heat. It would actually be right here. You would see an orange sticker. It'd say MEL or INOP, and you'd have a little reference number on it. So the APU is disabled for this flight. We'll go up here and do our fire test. Engine fire 1, engine fire 2, and engine fire 3. Now, if you pay attention to how everything lights up, that's actually very accurate, and a small detail that probably goes unnoticed. When you press the test button, we get the agents first. Boom. And I can let go. No noise. Continue to press and hold. Now we get the lights, and then you'll get the cavalry charge, the CRC. Of course, we're looking for a couple other items. We're looking for the engine fire 1 here, and we're looking for the engine fire down here in the pedestal as well. So multiple things we're looking for up there when we do that test. Just kind of hard to do it in sim world. Everything else looks good. PA3 is out and on. Wonderful. We'll come down here. Status, a recall. That checks. Let's go bring up the engine page. We have oil. Check our hydraulics. We have hydraulics and pressurization. We'll go to pressurization. It is an auto. Absolutely wonderful. RMP is set 22.8. We should be on I don't have to call anybody there. Center's online. Albuquerque Center, we'll call them for push, I guess. We already have our PDC. So while we're looking at it, let's throw our squawk code in here, 2614. 2614 is set. With all that done, we'll go over here. We'll begin the loading process. 27 minutes. Hey, let's do 9 minutes. We'll do 9 minutes on the real-time load. And let's go into the initialization and net request. Start pulling our flight plan in. We're also going to need to bring the ground air cart and converse with ground crew. You're absolutely right, Vodka. Is Tolis dead to me? It's not dead to me. It's just on life support. Did I happen to see the little Phoenix trailer that guy made on your YouTube? Oh yeah, dude. There's one. I think he's posted it in the Discord, and it looks really good. It absolutely juicy. Magic Barrel ref, VOR constraints are on. There's our flight plan. Alternate of Provo, Utah. Call sign Cactus 357. Cost index will go 88. Cruise flight level 360 is what we have filed. Ground temp is 9 degrees. Looking good. Tropo 27. I don't think that's right, but we'll just leave it as is. I don't know where it is on the flight plan. Sky Harbor departure. We're taking off westbound. We're going to plan for 2.6 and should be a short takeoff. They are using 2.5s and 2.6s, so we'll go 2.5. We're going to be departing the Quakey 1 out to the north, and we're going off the Grand Canyon transition, GCN. We'll insert that. Looks good. Scroll all the way down into Salt Lake. They are landing north, so we'll select Salt Lake. Arrivals 3-4 left and 3-4 right. Let me see. Let me check my chart here. I also have my real world charts alongside of me here, just so I can kind of make things faster. 3-4 right is probably what we're gonna get, right? Is it 3-4 right or 3-4 left? Probably get 3-4 left. 3-4 left. 3-4 left, and we're coming up the Queen 5 off of Bryce, BCE. Double check. Yes, BCE transition. Insert. Flight plan is done. Secondary, let's do a quick initialization. Sky Harbor to Sky Harbor. Failures are on. What I've noticed is in the Phoenix now, when you set that failure in the McDo, it actually saves it. Before I was like not saving it. You had to reset it every time, but apparently it saved it. So secondary flight plan, arrival. If we pop one, come back. We'll come back to the longest runway, ILS 26, perf data. We'll scroll it over. We'll put 200 in the radio because I don't want to look up the baro mins. 9 degrees outside. We'll zero the winds out. Temperature off the ECAM is 9. I already said that. The QNH, what is it? 3009. 3009 goes in here. Secondary is set. Now there is a simple special for Phoenix Sky Harbor. We'll brief that here shortly. Progress page, we're going to put KPHX, and a RadNav page. We're actually going to hard tune the PXR VOR. We'll talk about that as well. And NIT-B, we'll leave it as is. We are done fueling 11.9 in the tanks. It is balanced, so let's get our fuel tank pumps on. Seatbelt sign comes on, and we will put 11.9 right here. That leaves us to a couple other things. We'll put the terrain up on ND as well. We can't do it yet because we're not aligned, which would make sense. Stand by. Got a text from the coffee delivery service. All right. Captain, what do you think about the turbulence wind modeling in 24 in the Phoenix? I do not like real turb, Mario. I do not like real turb. In 2020, it crashed my sim. I think turbulence is fine in realistic mode when you're in airliners in 24. It gets a little bit exaggerated, in my opinion, when you're running like a 172. But even then, it may not be as over exaggerated as y'all may be thinking. I think that's one of the hardest things to simulate in a desktop simulator is turbulence. So what we're perceiving with our eyes looks way more aggressive than it actually would be, but there's just really no good balance. So anywhere between medium and realistic in 24 seems to be pretty realistic for me. I don't have any issues with it. Now I will say the wind, if you have realistic turbulence on and it's gusty winds, the auto thrust in the Phoenix tends to get a little hyperactive. If that's a problem for you, turn it back down to medium. I believe Fenix actually recommends medium. That might save the auto thrust issue, or just turn the auto thrust off and fly with manual thrust. So, Chandler Trammell gifting 5 memberships. My man. Hold on. Schedule alert. Schedule alert. Chandler, I'll get right back to you, my man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight. Please place your large bags into the overhead lockers, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops,
Yeah, I want to swap for that trip. I want to swap for that trip.
items of clothing. If you are seated in an emergency exit,
Stand by. Oh, it's gone already, you freaking freakers. There was an opportunity to have a Seattle overnight, which I haven't had that in a while. Ooh, that comes back at 3 in the morning? Alright. Sorry. Continuing on. Chandler, again, thank you so much, my man. I appreciate you. 5 gifted memberships. You pick up a membership from Chandler. Make sure you shout him out. Say a thank you. Very kind of you, sir. That's a preview for tomorrow's 5090 launch. That is true. It's 5090 Eve today. 5090 Eve. All right. First and foremost, we got an MEL to cover. Let's go over that. So with the APU inoperative, a couple things we need to set up here. Let me bring out my my book. Okay, before connecting the air start unit, engine start with an air start unit. So before connecting, we need to configure the overhead. Packs 1 and 2 off. Pack 1, Pack 2 off. We're on the ground, engines off. You don't have to go through the verify, identify, all that stuff here for this. APU bleed, it is off. The APU is inoperative. Engine bleed, 1 and 2 off. Engine bleed, 1 and 2 off. Cross bleed, open. Air start unit, request. Okay, so the air start, we are ready to receive air. We're going to start engine 2 first. That's going to be our normal procedure. We could start engine 1 if we needed to, and we're going to maintain external power through the start. So what would happen now is, as we're probably getting close to finishing up boarding, the ramper's going to come up with the load sheet, and we're going to say, hey man, yeah, so we're going to do an engine air start. Just want to make sure you guys are aware of that. Yeah, we got the air cart ready. We're going to start number 2 first at the gate. Number 2 first at the gate sounds good. They'll probably run the air cart, probably be sitting over here, and that hose goes in front of number 1, so that's why we're not going to start number 1. We're going to start number 2 first at the gate. I'll remind them to not disconnect electrical power before start, because we also need the electrics from the jet bridge. So it's one of those where if you had the APU generator available but not the bleed, you could disconnect the whole jet bridge and just go off the ground air start, but we can't do that. We're going to be completely reliant on ground equipment to get this aircraft up and running. So we are ready to receive ground air. The aircraft is configured. Engine out out of Phoenix Sky Harbor. I don't have it with me. Let me see. Actually, going westbound, there isn't one. There is no simple special going westbound, so we're just going to go straight out. And that looks fine. Train on ND mode, we'll need that. 8,000 is set. And are we done boarding? We are done boarding. So we'll send this to the McDo. Take a look at it right here. Make sure our weights check out. 11.9 an hour, 6 minutes of extra gas. Okay, let's run some takeoff numbers. Now, I would love to do a Toga, but since we are getting ready to get in the, well, what the hell, should we do Toga? Let's get up to 150 likes, we'll do Toga. I'll go easy on you. We'll go 150 likes, we'll do a Toga. If not, we're going to try to do realism mode and go flex out of here. But let's run these numbers, 2.6. Dry, sync the final load sheet. Toga, yes, please. Packs on, because I know we won't hit 250 likes. We'll sync the live weather. We'll calculate that. Flaps 1 Toga, 45, 45, 49. We'll send that to the McDo. We'll verify our speeds. 45, 45, 49. Flaps 1 up 0.5. Check engine out 2640. Thrust reduction 2640. That seems a little high. I think I got to set that. Let's go back to settings, sim settings. Airline modifiable, we're going to do 1,000 feet acceleration altitude because we're not savages here at Cactus Airlines. Okay. That is good to go. Let's go ahead and close up the doors, close up the aft stairs, close up that. We're not going to disconnect. This might get interesting. Because I think if we try to start, it will automatically disconnect the jet bridge. Well, we're going to have to find out together. I think we had a problem with this before, didn't we? I feel like we had an issue with this. Like it just dropped the ground power when I went to start. So let's go here, maintenance, ground services. Ground power is on. Ground air on, please. Now, let's see what happens if I turn the beacon on. And let's get this receive message out of here. Atsu. This is our load sheet. +4, 150 +4. We got somebody on the jump seat, so we'll go ahead and drop that down for him. Beacon will drop the power, says Romulus. Okay, so what we're going to do is not turn the beacon on. I think you can turn auto jetway with beacon off in settings. Let's check. I feel like Phoenix would have thought of this. I think they would have. Let's go here, sim settings. Airline modifiable. Cabin. Controls. I do not have SDS or rudder dampening on, so no, Team Vok, we were asking about that. Auto door simulation is off. Auto jetway simulation is off. Auto pushback. I don't have GSX installed, so let me just turn these off because I don't even have GSX installed. Units are normal. Callouts are normal. Cabin announcements are enabled. Let's see what happens. Because the GPU is on, we can get rid of the jetway. Yeah, jetway is going to pull itself back, I think. Yeah. But we're still on GPU. If I turn the beacon on, I think we'll lose it. Let's see. So far, so good. Okay, I think we're ready. All right, cockpit to ground. Ground to cockpit, go ahead. Hey, are you ready to receive ground air? We are ready to receive air. We're going to run a checklist. We'll be right with you. Copy that. Let us know when you're ready for engine start. Copy that. Before start checklist, windows, doors, and slides. They're closed, not armed, because Microsoft Flight Sim. Beacon is on. Thrust levers idle. Parking brake is set. Before start checklist is complete. We'll put TARA here and transponder on, so center knows we're getting ready to push. That looks good. Ramp. Cactus 357, we need to start engine here at the gate. Cactus 357, roger, engine start approved. Advise ready taxi. Good. All right. Checklist complete. Let's go ahead and start them up. Let's go engine mode to ignition start. Pressurization bug there, it looks like. Get rid of that. You can see here we do have pneumatic power already. So let's go ahead and fire up engine 1. Turning 1. It's an auto start. Monitor the... Oops.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features aboard our Airbus A319. Thank you.
Watching engine start from wing view, check right fail. I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A319. Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket contains important...
Be monitoring up here carefully. 35.8, verify with our weight. There's the bus transfer. All right, avail. Okay, so we have a good start. Let's go back to our QRH. After engine 2 is started, disconnection external power push button. We're going to do that first. Before we do that, let's go bring up the electrical page. All right, we do have good power from generator 2. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and external power is disconnected. Cockpit to ground. Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. You're good to disconnect ground power and air. Copy that. Removing power and air. Now we got a good start. That's associated. Maintenance. Ground services. Ground air is off. Okay. Ground air off. Air bleed 2. That's associated. If the air start unit is used to start engine 1, that does not apply. If the cross bleed engine start procedure is used to engine start, that does apply. We're going to disconnect. We did. Pack 1 on. Pack 2 on. So we'll go pack 1 on. Pack 2 on. Engine 2 bleed is coming on. Cross bleed engine start procedure applies. So we'll move to that. And we are going to leave it until we are ready to do our cross bleed. You can hear the engine spooling up a little bit right now. That's actually because it's got the high demand. So you actually heard the idle increase. That's what that little idle increase was. That's pretty cool. All right. All right, we got a good start. We're ready for pushback. Somebody is behind us, though, so until then, we'll move this to here for now. We're going to maintain our flap configurations. Looks like the overcast is wearing off. That's good.
Armrests down. Window blinds open.
Yep, these are default cabin announcements. I don't know why I left them on.
Further information regarding your safety on board can be found in the in-flight.
All right, let's go ahead and connect the tug. Tug is in position and cockpit to ground. Release the brakes. Brakes release, clear to push. That tug doesn't really apply. We're just looking right here. I always forget which way I gotta go with the arrow. Hey, got it right. I know, Canadian, I'm missing the in-op sticker. For $75, I'll save it though. Leave that for Turk. Welcome to Hotel de Sky Harbor. Man, I should be a tug driver. If this flying thing doesn't work out. Go ahead and stop here. Cockpit to ground. Push complete. Set brakes. Brakes are set. Clear disconnect. Show me the pin out front. Thanks for the push. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and disconnect, do their thing. Now, we have to do a cross bleed start, and for the sake of time,
Cabin crew,
we're going to do it in the alley. So, typically, you wouldn't do it in the alley here, but to keep things flowing for when we get out to the runway, we're going to go ahead and do our cross bleed engine start procedure now. I guarantee you, the ramp here at Sky Harbor is not going to let you do a cross bleed facing the cars in the terminal right now, but we're going to do it anyway because it's flight sim. So, all right, cross bleed engine start procedure. APU bleed off. APU bleed is off. Engine bleed, supplying engine is on. That is engine number 2. It's on. Engine bleed receiving off. Off. That's to avoid the reverse flow leakage. Cross bleed is in the open position. When cleared to start, area clear of obstacles, which it is not, but we're going to do it anyway. Ensure increased power jet wake does not constitute any hazard to people or installation behind the aircraft. I'm sorry, we're going to get you some new windows here. Thrust lever, supplying engine, adjust for bleed pressure. 30 psi before start initiation and at least 25 psi during the start sequence. If thrust required to obtain appropriate engine bleed pressure exceeds 40%, pay particular attention to the area. Okay, that's just a normal bug that happens with Fenix when you do this procedure. That doesn't happen in real life. So, all right, let's go ahead and start engine 2. What we're going to do in real life, it's pretty easy. You just kind of split the throttle, almost one throttle width here. So I'm going to move this to ignition start so I can see the bleed demand. .34 psi, we're above the minimum. We're right there at 35%. Let's see if that holds. Starting engine 1. Got rotation. See the bleed demand has dropped down to 22. Let's give it a little extra juice. Let's run it up about 38. There we go. Now we got a nice solid 25 psi, 24 psi. Engine is turning. Pay particular attention here. For the EGT and the N1s. No, Dan, it would be the same procedure, just in reverse. You'd be doing everything opposite. 1 is 2, 2 is 1 in that case. And there's no harm to foul starting engine 1 first with the ground crew. It's just typically when we do it, we always start number 2 first, the way they place the air cart. All right, it's motoring complete. All right, so paper attention to EGT here. If this EGT starts to outrun that N1, then you know you might be getting close to a hot start. Right now it's looking pretty stable though. There's a bus transfer. Bleed valve is closed, so I'm going to work that power back to idle. Back to veil. We got 2 good starts. All right, now we're going to go to a normal after start flow. Ignition master to ignition start. We'll arm the speed brakes. Flaps 1. Back to the overhead. All right, engine bleed is coming back on. Cross bleed is the auto position. You can see the engine's idles coming back down, or you can hear it come down a little bit there. Beautiful. All right, after start checklist. Anti-ice off, yellow electric pumps off, rudder trim 0. After start checklist complete. Status message, let me say it's oh no, cabin temp by pack only. That's, I guess, a glitch. What is the condition? 100 degrees. Tell you what we'll do. Let's do this. Freeze them out. Freeze them out. We'll also, let's recycle the packs real quick. Sometimes that happens in real life. You turn the airplane on, it starts just pumping in hot air. All right. It looks like it's cooling down. Cool. All right. Crisis averted. We'll set these about 11 o'clock. Boom, boom, boom. That all looks good. We need flaps 1, and we're up 0.5 on the trim. We'll set it right now. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here. Let's call Albuquerque Center 32.8. I believe that's who we talked to, right? 132.8.
Albuquerque Center 2 Mike Whiskey West taxi to ramp.
We have information echo.
Alpha the ramp. Bye-bye. I'm sorry, say again.
Two Mike Whiskey runway, correction, you can taxi the ramp via Alpha, bye-bye.
Roger. So long.
Albuquerque Center, Cactus 357. Short of Charlie here at Sky Harbor at November 4 with information echo, ready taxi.
Cactus 357, Albuquerque Center, runway 25 right, taxi Charlie, Romeo, Echo.
25 right, Charlie, Romeo, Echo. No chance for 26 this morning.
Okay, 357, you need it for performance or just closer?
Yeah, we were just thinking closer taxi. I was gonna lie, but I didn't lie.
357, Roger, run 26, taxi Charlie 11, Bravo 14.
Charlie 11, Bravo 14, runway 26, Cactus 357. Thanks, sir. See what happens when you tell the truth? All right, lights coming on, brakes released. Let's go. Oh, look at that old school cactus right there.
Okay, Delta 1447 for the start of Charlie, next block of the 1447, runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie, Sierra Echo.
Brake check, pressure 0.
Delta 1447, Roger. It's going to be a significant delay, so hold the ramp there.
So Charlie 11, Bravo 14. So we're going to go straight out.
Somebody else on the ground calling.
Make the right turn. Flight controls. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Auto brakes max. Takeoff config is checked. We'll turn the weather radar off for now. PWS auto, that all looks good. Let's make a right-hand turn here.
And was that the 147 Bravo Alpha or correction 272
Victor
Alpha
Silva, good to
Bravo?
see you, my man. Victor Silva played a key role in our BS Logistics flight. Ooh, somebody on final. All right, 8,000 is set per the SID. 3009 is set. Taxi checklist. Gross weight comparison is complete. Pitch
you wanna
trim
go-
is 0.5% CG set. V1,
That's
VR,
correct.
V2,
Roger,
flex.
goodbye.
45, 45, 49. Toga set. Flaps config 1 plus F. Flight controls checked. ECAM memo. Takeoff all green. ECAM status checked. Associated. Taxi checklist is complete. Going all the way to Bravo 14, which is going to be full length here. I see runway 26. Let's do a lineup checklist. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway 26. Confirmed.
Traffic.
No, you're
Bravo,
fine.
you said the Coyote 5?
Fuel. 11 required. 11.6 on board. Engine mode selector is normal. Bleeds and packs are set.
Yeah, the Coyote 5 comes from the north.
Taxi checklist
west,
complete. Here's
so
Bravo
you'd have to be
14.
up by
Here comes an
Drake
American
to
with no
start
gear.
that at Northern Arizona.
Is that guy doing a gear up?
I can give you.
It might just be a model issue.
Sun's 8.
Did this guy just gear up it? No, I think he's got gear.
American 1996. Let's see, wind column runway 25, right clip takeoff.
All
take
right,
out
brakes
25
are
right,
set,
right,
holding
right.
short here. Lights are coming off.
1447 runway 26, taxi via Bravo 13 Bravo. Bravo 13 Bravo, 1447.
No lying on the check ride. In the real 320, the throttles have any sort of detemp that connects two throttles together. Nope, they're fully independent. You can move them just as freely as you can move them. You can move them independently. There's no detent or like little magnetism or anything like that to keep them locked. So a lot of people get on me. They're like, "Oh, your throttles are not just synced on the N1s over here." You know, many times when I do manual approaches, it's going to be off a little bit. But using my right hand, I tend to run that first. I tend to run the right engine behind, just like a percent, half a percent, sometimes 2%. Try to be cognizant of it because what you perceive is together sometimes is not 100% together on the gauges. But that's realistic.
5-4 read squawk only.
It's been an issue with vPilot? Really? Zippy. All right.
Bravo, read back correct. Golf attack.
Thanks for the info, man. Is Microsoft 24 worth the upgrade from 2020? In my opinion, I've been having fun with 24. What are you going to fly, man?
Cactus 2781, spot number 2 with Echo Grip taxi. Bye-bye. The text pilots.
See, I don't know how Albuquerque can do text. I don't know how they allow...
2781, you want that 26 or 25?
I don't know how they allow you to
26 is
connect with
possible
no
for
voice.
2781.
That's going to be such an
2781,
extra
26
workload
for
on
Bravo
these
13,
controllers.
Bravo 13 Bravo to 26 from Cactus 2781.
What's up? Life begins at 40. Good to see you, my man.
Went to correction. 221. Expect the visual runway 26 left in the El Paso.
Is anybody on final? Well, I guess I'll ask. And Albuquerque X357, holding short runway 26, ready for departure.
American 1996, ready to contact, climb maintain, follow 360.
Up to 360 for American 1996.
American 367, runway 26, line up and wait.
26, line up and wait, X357. All right, line up and wait. We're going to go top row on, taxi on, and extend the landing lights. Clear right.
705, shut off.
Clear left.
25 right, Echo 12.
Line up and wait. Is that a 7.5? No, it's a 321.
705, hold short, runway 25 right. One shot, 25 right, PSA 705.
Okay, Cassandra, this is November 716 Whiskey Bravo. Whiskey, Yankee Ramp at Phoenix Gateway. Be a further departure.
6 Whiskey Bravo, Albuquerque, Canelo. A little bit for now, just let me know when you're
Technically,
short
the
of,
markings don't
3
indicate that we'd have to go to
left.
the threshold in this one. We don't have the arrows.
Roger, we'll taxi out
And I
discretion.
think in real life, this is actually a
runway
displaced
12,
threshold, so we'll
you-
stop here short of 26. Yeah.
6.
Runway heading, checks. Canadian, thanks for the gifted membership, my man.
Vector 357, wind calm, runway 26, clear for takeoff.
Runway 26, clear for takeoff, KX 357. All right, light them up. Spool them up 50.
Going alone.
Yoga's in chat. You ready? Look at that old cactus.
Or correct 7 radar off,
Yoga.
Gas left field F5, climb maintain 17000, departure with me, spark 0740, walk only.
Man, Toga, SRS, or runway, auto thrust bleu.
The most important part, that's my apologies, it has speed too fast, got a lot going on.
Thrust set.
07400740.
100 knots, checked.
Bravo Alpha, record.
V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up, fly with, nav. Oh yeah. Absolute awesome. Here comes thrust reduction.
702, Fox shut 10 via ping 1 arrival, Phoenix West, Phoenix flying west, Phoenix Alpha 3007.
Oh yeah, that's the best. Doesn't get better than that. Thrust climb, climb, nav. And departure KX 357, 2,900, climbing 8,000 on the departure.
Expedition 7 into contact, past 3000, climb maintain for 360.
Passing 8,000, climbing maintain for level 360, KX 357. All right, up to 360 out of 8. So we're going to stay with the climb via until we hit 8. There's S speed, flaps 0. After takeoff checklist. Speed checks flaps 0. Blackbird controls. Dropping the 10 gifted memberships, my man. Appreciate you.
Good takeoff, 2
Very, very kind, Mr. Blackbird Controls. If you pick up a membership from Blackbird Controls,
on the southwest of Tucson.
make sure you say thank you. Absolute
Roger,
legendary when
would
it
you
comes to
like,
Honeycomb Bravo mods.
1, 2,
Just
or
about as legendary as
3,
looking
I
at
guess
that.
1,
You tell me, is 24 worth the upgrade? Daggone, that looks good right there, folks. That looks awesome. A little bit of some Verga out there. Oh, we're speeding. Outside air temp is plus 10. Let's go ahead and get the heaters on. Engine and ice.
Yeah, they got rid of the right runway.
Speeding,
so it's
speeding,
actually
speeding.
1-2 now, so runway 1-2 taxi Alpha.
255 knots. Actually supposed to be 230 here, so that's my bad. Got here just in time for the 24 glazing. What's going on, Wingnut? Good to see you.
Takeoff Center is 716 Whiskey Bravo, and shut 1 to right, hold speed.
Make angle check to the right.
Expecting heavy, runway 21 above tail. 6 Whiskey Bravo, main clearly the Phoenix Cross Bravo airspace, runway 1-2, yeah, 1-2 right, close takeoff.
Nothing
clear
to
to
see
Bravo,
out
1 to
there,
clear
really, so
takeoff,
we'll
1 to
just
right,
kind of
clear
fly the
takeoff.
departure. Oh, man, look at that.
With 6 Whiskey Bravo.
Got the rainbow and everything.
Ready contact.
All right, there's 8,000. Let's go ahead and pull for open.
Thrust
Thrust climb, open climb. 360 is
I'm
blue.
going to assume that was you. Climb maintain, follow 380.
We'll maintain the 230 till Zydog just in case he wants that as well.
1447, 126. The wind calm, clear for takeoff.
There's 10,000 feet. Lights are coming off. Keep the heaters on.
Right, 2544, descend via the ping 1 arrival, Phoenix
Maintain that 230.
3008, Phoenix flying west.
And via the P1 arrival, 3008.
Get ready for a breakout. Mr. Blackbird with an additional $10 super chat. My man, appreciate you.
United 221, El Paso Airport, about here 12 to 1 o'clock, 2 miles with the airport today.
All right, let's get up here for a breakout view here.
Who else is calling, sorry?
Watching from Fountain Hills when the weather is spot on. Nice. Black Control says, sorry I'm late getting you all 3 of the new full control packages for the 727, 737, and what? 777? Want to make sure the 777 package is perfect before I put that in the box. Soon, my friend Blackbird. Hey, man, no worries. I cannot wait. Whenever it's ready, I know it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
781, runway 26, line up and wait.
I cannot wait, Blackbird Controls. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat and the additional memberships. Again, if you guys are looking for any type of Honeycomb Bravo mods, just head over to blackbirdcontrols.com and just get the best that money can buy for your Honeycomb Bravo. I'm very excited to see the flap and spoiler situation. Very excited for that.
25, 20, yeah.
Man, it's been flying so nice, I forgot I'm hand flying here. Mr. Martini, yeah, it is a little cloudy right now in Phoenix. There's some scattered showers.
Yeah, 100.
We had somebody down there in Fountain Hills said the weather is spot on, so.
1447,
take his word for it. I'm using the 320 profile that you made for the Phoenix 320 vodka as well. It's pretty dang good. I like it. Would you hand fly this long IRL? Absolutely, man. Especially Phoenix departure. You get all these turns. Take it up 18, 19,000 feet.
2590. Tucson wind calm, runway 12.
Do I normally hand fly this long? Yeah. I typically always hand fly to at least 10,000. And then it depends on the departure. If the departure is just straight out, I'll probably turn the autopilot on because there's nothing to do, and I might as well relieve some load for the monitoring pilot as far as...
for 7 Bravo Alpha, runway 12 taxi Delta.
For the pilot monitoring. But if it's a nice curvy departure like this, man, hand fly that sucker. No more ice. We're out of the clouds. Internet ice is coming off. There's our cost index climb out speed, about 318 or so. That looks good. We got one more bank angle check here at Xylub.
734 Albuquerque.
Look at those clouds, man. What are you calling Cactus 357?
Negative. Allegiant.
Oh.
734 Allegiant. 734 Albuquerque Center. Are you with me?
Nope, he gone. See how much how the colors are like. This is it when you want to put sunglasses on, you know that it's correct. I legitimately want to throw my sunglasses on out here. Is there any rule like SOP that you can hand fly? Yeah, every airline is going to be a little bit different. Every airline is going to be different, man, with their SOPs. Set standard STDs are set
on the other airport site.
once,
twice,
and for Blackbird
turning
controls.
Out, so my best guess, you're 9 o'clock, about 14 miles.
I guess theoretically you can't hand fly an RVSM.
SC-21 cleared visual approach. You want T2 or T6 left? SC-21 cleared visual approach. Runway 22, runway T6 left land.
Yeah, Tyson. I tell you what, Tyson. I may have to start bringing my my glasses to the office. Oh, I heard my name from the workbench. No, you didn't miss anything, Blackbird. I was just giving you an STD. We had STDs once, twice, and 3 times for the jump seat. You're on the jump seat today. Alright, we're pretty much locked in here, climbing out of 19.8. That looks good. We'll go autopilot 1 engaged. Take a minute, enjoy these views for a second, and then we'll clean up our box. We've got to clean out our RadNav page. We hard-tuned a couple things there, get our prog page in there. I've seen videos of real-world pilots disengaging the autopilot at 200, 100 feet on short final. Yeah, a lot of the Asian carriers, man. I know guys that flew 350s,
I got you high.
380s for... was it Qatar? I can't remember. Not Qatar. Emirates. They have very strict SOPs regarding hand flying, where you basically, as soon as the autopilot engagement height is reached, you engage it and you don't disengage it until you turn it off. Reason for that being is their theory is that it mitigates any pilot error. Right? It also reduces workload, but I think that's a very poor procedure to have in place, in my opinion. I think you should be mandated to
a
do
little bit late, but if you can
no
cross,
auto thrust, no flight
I
director
believe
landings once a
cross.
trip. I think that should be the
Yeah, I gotta get
recommended.
the
That's
shot
what
up
I
there.
do, at least. Because flying is a perishable skill. Don't let it fool you. I mean, you can
Yeah, LA
do all the
looks like
flying
it's
you want,
busy.
but if
Give me
you
one
stop
second.
hand flying, it is a perishable skill. I know guys on the bus, they freak out when they got to move the thrust levers.
If
It's
you
like,
can't
really?
cross shock at
You gotta move the thrust levers. That's what being a pilot is.
Gateway altimeter.
Mickey G, my man, thank you for the $20 super chat. Dropping in to drop some demolition.
More than an hour old.
Resort fun. Dude, that thing is wild, huh? Watching movers tear apart my house, I'll catch the replay. Oh, man, you're on your way out of... Oh, man, you're going to be far away from me now, aren't you? Going east. All right, Mickey G. Well, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. And hopefully that move goes as smooth as it can for you, man. Moving is always stressful and just not a fun thing to go through, typically. So hopefully it's a nice, smooth transition for you, man. Thank you for the support. Canadian says my company solved that, no autopilot. Yeah, true. That's a good point.
7 Bravo Alpha, Windcom running 12 with takeoff.
FSS 727 has a new version. Yes, I downloaded it. I was going to start it. I was going to load into it, actually. But I didn't have time. I ran out of time. Coffee delivery is here. Stand by. What? What do you have? Hold on, I gotta show you chat. What is this drink that my wife just got? Look at this thing. What is this? This is not even coffee. A what? A raspberry what?
That's 2 Alpha Bravo. It came in like a 2x5.
That's pretty good, but it basically tastes like...
2 Alpha Bravo, runway
It tastes like
12
raspberry
taxi Delta. Santa Fe departure. Say again, sorry.
Yeah, that was November 24, November Lima. Like taxi active and flight following down to Albuquerque with
Understand that. Yeah, 12 Victor Juliet if you can. Descend and maintain 4,000. Phoenix Airport at here now.
Tastes
9,
pretty
8
good.
o'clock. 5
Gonna need a shot of insulin after this. Where's
Step
Diamond
south,
when you need him?
and we can't see the airport.
Alright.
It's clouds.
Coffee secured. A little sweet, but I'll take it.
I will take
Hey, go
center.
KPHX.
Bravo.
I didn't miss a radio call, did I?
Too busy, so let me know when
Let's
you're...
go full screen cam here.
Got the runway on short.
The correct response is thank you, Mr. One. May I have another? Absolutely.
Contact LA Center 125, correction 126.52.
That looks like they put a squirrel in the blender instead of coffee. Oh, man. All right. Where are we at here? GMC DH, the GMC Deadhander, man, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate you. If you pick up a membership from GMC, shout them out, say thank you, dude. Really kind.
I will take a center. This is
Appreciate the support.
That was for us.
Get to enjoy your new membership perks here on the channel for all those that get gifted a membership.
Where are you located, sorry?
Emojis and the
Yeah,
like.
we're front
Thank you, sir.
15.
What's the best place to shop for Microsoft planes? The website of the developer, in my opinion.
ILS 05
That's the way I do it. Mickey J says, I'll shout you yoga driving through Dallas heading south. Dude, you're going to go right by my house, man. You're going to go right by my house going down 35. Make sure you stop at the Buc-ee's, Mickey G. Stop at the Buc-ee's in Denton if you're going through Buc-ee's in Denton. Got to stop there. Get the sliced brisket. Sliced brisket, get a little extra sauce too. They have the little sauce cups on the, it would be on the side closest to the jerky counter. It's kind of hidden. They don't advertise it because they lose money on it. But you're only allowed 1 extra sauce cup per sandwich. Just get the sliced brisket with the sauce. The turkey is actually really good too. I don't know why, but I'm putting it on the turkey sandwich kick too from Buc-ee's. It's pretty good. Alright. What's your rudder settings in 24? Can you pull it up since you don't have to pause the sim? I'll tell you what they are, Turk. They are linear. They are, actually they're not linear. Let me see. This is controls, right? Let's take a look at rudder settings. Rudder axes.
12, Victor Juliet, turn left heading 300.
That's my MFG rudder axes that I use. I have SDS off for both the side stick and the dampening on the Phoenix app. So all the fixins are off, but this is what I run here.
Direct the same field we are across the same field we are at or above 4,500. Clear the ILS runway 5 approaching to Casper and
0.5 sensitivity on either side.
Procedure turn inbound.
Looks like.
I proceed direct Stanfield when able across Stanfield 4,500 below ILS.
It's actually a pretty good coffee.
5, 4, inbound for future inbound first.
I'm more of just a cafe.
Correction, ready contact, climate change 1.
It's not that sweet. I'll tell you what, it is not that sweet. My wife's drink, that was, it tasted like a sip of raspberry pie. All right, 30 for 36. We're climbing up. We don't have any restrictions because the APU is not running, so we're totally fine there. 363 miles to go. Recommended max is 39, optimum 37 for the winds. We'll do a couple checks here. Engine looks good. Hydraulics look good. Everything looks good. We'll go ahead and turn off the terrain on ND button. Can pilots have a beard? Only Allegiant in the U.S., Turk. Allegiant is allowing pilots to have a beard. The caveat is you still can't jump seat. Most airlines won't let you jump seat if you have a beard, which I don't understand, dude. I do not understand the anti-beard game in the U.S. I think it stems from the military and the old school professional of being clean-shaven. I'm assuming that's what it comes down from, because there is no physical reason. It used to be a rumor that it was the oxygen mask wouldn't seal on your face, yada yada, but yeah, that's been disproven to not be why. There is no actual reason that you cannot have a beard. Now, I would imagine if you had a huge long beard, the O2 mask have a hard time feeling. But I'm talking about a neatly trimmed, you know, just a regular face beard, nothing like the Wizard of Oz or Gandalf style beard. I'm talking just a normal, you know, Turkish style beard. But I mean, I was almost denied a jump seat, so I was off and I was trying to go to my buddy's wedding, and I got on an airline that not to be mentioned out of Atlanta, and I was dressed in slacks. I had my nice shirt on, so I dressed up a little bit because I had just a little bit of it was neatly shaven. I mean, it was maybe like quarter-inch long beard growth, probably what I have on right now, neatly trimmed, and Captain had a conniption about it, and I was like, dude, if you don't want me on your airplane, I'm fine. I will. It's okay. I understand. And I always shave when I jump seat, except it was for my buddy's wedding, and he wanted us to all have like kind of like the same kind of beard thing going on, or the best man and whatever. So I was trying to accommodate that. I told him, I said I might not be able to do it, but I wasn't even in the jump seat. That's the crazy thing. I was just I had a seat in the back, but I was technically jump seating because there was an open seat, so I get to sit in the back, but I was using my jump seating privileges, and he was not happy about it. Made sure I knew about it. That's us. 2652 for Cactus 357. Have a good day. But then I'll tell you first full circle moment here with that. Let me get back to that story. Long story short, he let me on. Wing that says we have standards. Yeah, we have standards for sure. But let me tell you about your standards, Wingnut. Hold on, I got it because I got another story. I have a continuation of that story. Stand by. JJ, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. You ever had the steel Caterpillar V1, the old Mario lip? I have. I did. I rocked it a couple times. JJ, I did. My wife said I look like Mario. I can't do it for long, but I did it for one trip. And the funniest thing about it is the FO had the same thing, except it looked better on him, I think. I think I look like Mario when I do the old Mario lip. And I couldn't, every time I went to the lab or something, I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, I can't. Nope, but we're here at 34.8, climb at 360, Cactus 357.
Cactus 357, Los Angeles, good afternoon, or good morning, maintain level 360.
We'll maintain 360, Cactus 357. Thanks again, JJ. I appreciate you, man. I'll show, if I meet any of you at the expo, I'll be sure to show you my pictures of it. But okay, so full story about the this guy giving me a hard time about my neatly trimmed groom beard for the wedding. I had the same airline captain wanting to get the jump seat when I was the captain just last month, and this guy was dressed. We have standards for jump seat protocol. So if you want a jump seat, the typical dress code is like a business casual, no jeans, you know, either khakis or just wear your uniform, just, you know, business casual, polo shirt. I've jump seated a ton with just khakis and a polo shirt. This guy comes on with like baggy cargo pants, white tennis shoes, and a polo that was like, it was rough. And I told him, I was like, hey man, do you think I'd be able to get on your flight if I tried jump seating like that? If I was dressed like that, do you think that you guys would let me on? And he kind of looked at me all weird and was like, I can guarantee you it'd probably be no. And he's like, yeah, but I mean, you guys are blah, 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 blah. And I was like, look, man, I know you're just trying to go whatever, and it's fine with me, but I just want to let you know that some guys may not let that fly. So, but yeah, freaking those guys, some of those guys, man, they have such, I just can't stand them. Some of those guys are just, they have such attitudes. I was very close to saying no, but have I ever denied a jump seat to anybody? I don't think I've ever denied someone a jump seat. I have been denied a jump seat for reasons outside of my control during the regional days. But I almost denied a guy because he got on. He's like, what do you say? He comes on. He's like, I walk up to the gate, and he's already standing there, offline guy. And he goes, he's hey Cap, I'm coming with you to Baltimore, wherever we're going. I was like, oh really? Are you now? You're just coming with me? You're just assuming that we're taking you with you? And he's like, well, yeah, I listened for the jump seat. I'm like, okay. Well, imagine if the same spiel. Imagine if I came onto your airplane and said, hey, I'm coming with you. I'd be kicked off that airplane so damn fast, I wouldn't even be able to say V1. I almost denied that guy, but he's a young kid due to the game. He probably didn't know any better, so I just, I educated him a little bit. I was like, look, man, typically the protocol is this. You gotta, it's a privilege. You need to ask. It's 99.9% of the time going to be yes. But just assuming that you're going is not the way to go about that. So.
I believe so. Okay, I'll dump that one. I do have an American 5 Bravo. Are you at Las Vegas? Yes, sir. Then Charlie 1 minor.
I've been having issues with my Throttletek. I keep doing Microsoft calibration status. Keep on Axis 1 jumping all over. Any ideas in Microsoft 24? Matthew James, your Axis 1 is jumping all over. What do you...
Aircraft 411, welcome to Santa Barbara.
By jumping... Excuse me, the hiccups. What do you mean by jump? Like, it's actually, your throttle is like full-blown moving in here like this. It shouldn't be doing that. Now, you will see, there is, even mine has a little bit of noise, but it's nullified by, how do I get there? Maintenance? Nope. Config, controls. So you can see here's my thrust levers. They're moving at like what, 0.1%, just a little bit, but change the null zone. Also, did you calibrate in here? Did you calibrate in the Phoenix? Make sure you calibrate in the Phoenix as well. Team Vodka says, I know what it is, send him a DM. Team Vodka's a wizard with these things too, so check him out on the Discord. Maybe he'll have a solution for you as well. But it shouldn't be excessive jumping around. A little bit of noise here and there is to be expected. This is cool going over the canyon. But if it's like, full axis is jumping, that shouldn't be the issue. Shouldn't be doing that. Also, it could be a keybind conflict. Sherwin is absolutely correct. It could absolutely be a keybind conflict. I've had this where, I don't know if you have the TCA Boeing yoke, sometimes it will bind those thrust levers on the yoke. So even though you never bound them, but the thrust levers on the yoke will be triggering the thrust to move, it will cause issues. So first and foremost, check for a double binding. Look at this volumetric fog down there in the canyon. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is real life, Chad. Oh, you're going to make fun of me and say blah, 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 but I don't care. Look at that.
WestJet 1448, where do you want to park?
That looks pretty sweet. Come on, man.
All right, WestJet
Just me,
1448,
but like I bring
right
chocolates and
out,
ask
right
politely,
out,
may I jump seat with you guys? Yeah, Zippy. I mean, yeah, guys bring stuff all the time. Yeah. Actually, you know what? The flight attendants bring stuff more than pilots. Pilots
All right,
rarely
thanks,
bring
Lions.
stuff.
That was
I think we just are all
1806
miserable.
taxi.
But you have to jump seat.
1806
But flight
will
attendants do
one
bring
right
snacks
full
and
length
treats.
taxi to Whiskey Delta,
That's one
Cockpit,
thing I hated
right
about being a
Delta.
non-rev blazer, a suit coat, slacks or khakis, no tennis shoes, don't ask for anything. Yep, Al W. That's how I still go about it, man. I try to, whenever I'm jump seating or non-revving, I try to act like I'm not there. I don't want the crew to even know I exist. I want to stay out of the way. I'm not going to be super talkative unless they want to talk to me. Like if I'm up on the jump seat, I'm just going to sit there, do my own thing. I'll, read my book, pull out whatever, iPod, AirPod, whatever it is. iPod, geez, how old are you? I don't even have an iPod anymore, but you know what I mean.
Good day.
Now, if they want to have a conversation, absolutely.
Who was that?
Absolutely.
Southwest 1131.
Bought the Dukes yesterday, not flying anything else anymore. So much fun. Douglas Adrini. That's awesome to hear, man. Well, I can't wait. We're going to do Dukes later today. I haven't decided if we should do piston Duke or turbine Duke. I have to buy the turbine Duke if I do the turbine Duke, which I have no problem buying. I'll buy the turbine Duke. I already bought the piston again. But should we do piston or turbine tonight? I don't know. Torn. What mountains are those? Rain Man. We're going over the Grand Canyon right now. That's Grand Canyon.
American 1998, radar contact, line maintain level 390.
I'm well before the days of the
American
iPod.
321,
There you go.
maintain 3000 after Seal Beach, fly heading.
Napster, LimeWire down. Hey, I remember LimeWire. Hit the like button if you remember LimeWire. When I found out the gate G6 at Fort Lauderdale is well placed because of the Burger King right in front of it. Yeah, the G gates over at Lauderdale are nice. Those are the new gates.
Delta 615.
A new terminal, man. Y'all ever seen the 73NG touch overhead from Avia server? All you need is a good sized touchscreen mounted overhead. Yeah, you know what? I saw something about that, JJ, a while back. What's this rumor I'm hearing about a 737 Classic that's supposed to be $100 or something? Did you guys hear about that? Like a subscription-based 737 Classic coming out? Matt Crum, which aircraft? The Phoenix? Make sure you did a clean install, and make sure you don't have any liveries from the Flight Sim TO first. Like, be completely clean. Install it, and then go from there. Sometimes liveries can cause an issue.
All right.
It's a subscription model, really. 120 to buy outright or subscription. Ooh, gross. Is there any like modeling or renders of it? Do we have any visual? Do we know what it was? Just all hearsay. I prefer the Terminal 2 gates in Lauderdale. When I used to fly Air Canada, but Terminal 4 is right. Security's a pain though. Yeah. Fort Lauderdale is just clapped out in general, man. Fort Lauderdale just needs to be burned to the ground and rebuilt. Plain Crazy Mike, thanks for the 12 months support. Captain Tex Classic just noticed this. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Just selling airplanes. What do you think? Thanks for the support. Plain Crazy Mikey, appreciate you.
Los Angeles Center, Alaska 13.
Commercial Simulation Systems who have announced their first project, 737-500. Interesting. I have a feeling this is going to be like Boom Supersonic. It's never going to take flight. Other than the prototype. Have I ever had to kick passengers off your flight? Yes, I have. Blackbird Control says at this point everything is based on subscriptions. I won't tolerate that revenue model finding its way into anything else. Yeah, unfortunately, probably the future of more stuff we're gonna see, man. I could see it coming. That might be the death of Flight Sim for me if everything becomes subscription based. Like if the next Flight Sim 2028 or whatever, there's no way to download a base game. I don't know. Even if it's not, somebody left a comment on the last video and said that this current sim would be petabytes if you were to download it. Okay, well, I don't want to download everything in high quality. Just give me, if I lose internet connection, give me a base terrain or a base world to fly in that is a terabyte big. Okay, give me a base game that I can still fly in if I lose my internet. Don't kick me out of my seat. Don't kick me back to the main menu. But I think that may end up being the death of flight simulation for me. If everything becomes subscription-based and it all relies on this, I don't know.
Push out the two facing nose on Alpha.
Might go back to FSX. I'm still waiting on the Fokker 100. Me too, Victor Silva. I cannot wait for the Fokkers. I'm really hoping we hear something soon for the F100s.
American 321, clear visual approach, 25 left.
O'Hare, Charlie 1 through 4 has the weirdest complex. Yeah, O'Hare is also just a very interesting airport. O'Hare is kind of nostalgic though for me, especially during Christmas time. That's where they filmed the Home Alone going through there. It's also where I spent $19 for 2 medium drip coffees. Yep. Chicago prices. Last time I flew Starbucks was at the gate. I got a venti cappuccino, sat down, my hands spazzed, and the entire venti hit the ground. That's not good, Al.
American 321, wind 0806, runway 25.
I'll bypass the aileron roll on the line check. All we need is the base scenery from 2020. It's 150 gigs or something, good enough if connection goes down. I would agree. I would love to see something like that. Jeff Fabiano was driving around in Area 51 in a truck. James, I saw that. I didn't get to watch most of it, but I saw that last night. I saw it was live. I saw a little bit of it this morning. I was trying to see what it looked like. That's pretty crazy. Almost 12 months, Rastik. Almost 1 year as a member. I appreciate you, Rastik. Thank you for the support, man. You're flying in the 4th. Yeah, I just tried to get rid of that trip, Joe Plains, but I didn't. I was too slow. It was like a 5090 purchase. So the 4th, yeah, dude. That's my line check out of Chicago on the 4th. We come up from Tampa and then we leave. We leave O'Hare at 15:56. 15:50. No, that's a show time, so it's yeah, around 1600. Right in time for the 6 o'clock push rush. Can't wait. Hopefully there's no snow in the forecast. But if there is, I hope we get sent to your de-ice pad. I'll wave to you.
1382, runway 24 left, line up and wait.
Was that BMW with subscription suspension, the highlight assist, whatever? Yes, I know what you're talking about. XP and I were talking about that when I went over to his house. BMW has a whole subscription model for stuff for driving. I can't believe it, dude.
Okay, you're going to need to...
O'Hare's better than DFW? No, come on, Oscar. DFW runs, from a passenger standpoint, it's just, it's perfect, dude. You can ride the Skylink, it's outside, you're not in the tunnel of hell like the Atlanta plane train. You can see airplanes, there's good food options. The only thing that's not good about Dallas is if you do what American does, and that's hate their passengers, and they bought the satellite terminal south of the E gates. If you come in on a region, there's only RJ gates. So if you come into that satellite and then you have to connect to another gate, that is unfortunate. But other than that, DFW is where it's at, man.
Del 615, push and start is approved. Expect 27 for departure.
Zippy, thanks for the 18 months. My sweet 18. Am I getting a car for my birthday, Dad? Still enjoy being here. Let the good times roll. Zippy's Apple, thank you for the 18 months of support, my man. I appreciate you.
Del 615,
here's to the next 18. Jeremy, what's going on, man? We're doing well. We're on the way to your land, Salt Lake City. Any energy behind an L1011? I would absolutely love an L1011. But I believe I&I has announced an L1011, but we haven't heard anything other than the announcement.
Copy, thanks. Who's calling for clearance?
So Tanner Hoyt, I have a shirt that says I love ORD Food Court, and it's got the O'Hare skyline on it. My wife made it for me, so when I was a regional pilot, I had so many sits in Chicago, and I would always call her from the ORD food court. And I love the O'Hare food court. The one there at the, I don't even know what gates it is. Charlie Gates?
USA 3 Mike.
With the Y? I can't remember which food court it is. Wherever the Burrito Beach is. So I would call her every day on a trip or whatever, and it always seemed like I was in the O'Hare food court. So then I came home one time and she gave me a shirt. She's like, hey, I got a shirt for you. It says, I love ORD food court.
Singapore 11 Heavy, RNAV Docker, wind 080 at 6.
I spent a lot of time in that food court, man.
Right,
DFW is better than O'Hare, but Atlanta is better than Dallas as a passenger? No way, dude.
0.
No way.
Were you calling?
Atlanta is awful. Atlanta is better from a pilot perspective because the way it flows is pretty easy. Flows in and out. Atlanta's pretty easy to navigate from an aircraft. But man, dude, you land at the A gates and you got to take the train to International or something. That's us. Over to advisory. Thanks for the ATC, Cat 357. Talk to you next time.
Take care. United 1546.
All right, 22.8 is up. What's our mileage out there? We're only 210 miles. Goodness me, we got to start prepping for our descent. Let's come over here and take a look at our Salt Lake City charts. We're on the Queen 5, which is going to be a bottom clamp. They're landing north at 11,000. So we'll scroll in 11,000 here with the mini FCU. Let's get the latest and greatest weather information. Let's see. I'll pull it up from my iPad here. It's a beautiful day in Salt Lake, Ken. Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see it. Unfortunately, we have default scenery in Salt Lake, and it's going to be pretty mid, I would imagine, but we'll do our best. Salt Lake City arrival. Camp 11,000. We're landing north on the ILS 34 left is the plan. 111.9 Barrow Mins for us straight in is going to be 44.29. That is set. If I look at the weather, that's an hour and 25 minutes old. So if I can update my weather real quick here. There it is. Winds are 230 at 3 knots. Temperature is 1 degree. That's cold. And 3004. Maybe we can go pick up our Duke that we left over here in Tahoe. That's not too close, is it? We'll get terrain on ND for the descent. That looks good. Our LS push buttons are on. LS push buttons are on. Plan mode, scroll it down. Let's go back to the flight plan page. Make sure everything jives. Need. Here comes our restrictions. So we'll scroll this in here. Queen at 11, camp at 11. That shoots us up ready for the ILS approach. It's a vector. We'll shoot ourselves there to Dunlap. Straight in, 3-4 left. That looks good. Zoom you back out. 193, top of descent in 70 miles. We're looking good, chat. Let's go outside view. Oh, we've been neglecting this livery. Arizona 1. Is this one still out? No, it's not out there, right? They don't have this anymore. This was the Airways bird only, right? Man, that looks so good. Mr. Martini, and for anybody who is ever traveling through Atlanta, I'm going to offer you a super secret piece of information. Unless you are checking a bag, drop yourself off at the international side. I don't care what the signs say as you roll up to the airport, where your airplane's at, what terminal is at, what airline is at. If you are not checking a bag, go to the passenger drop-off at the international concourse. The train will run to whatever gate you want to go to, and it's going to save you a lot of time. You don't have to sit in line at TSA for 427 minutes because they don't know how to do anything efficiently there, even though they claim to be the most efficient airport, which I don't know how they are. They are the busiest airport as far as passenger numbers, or they used to be, which is crazy, seeing how inefficient they are. I mean, they could really pump those numbers up if they wanted to. But go to the international drop-off. Partial to Indy myself. Oh, yeah. Ryan R., thanks for the 19-month support. Dude, Indy's a great airport. I like Indianapolis. Indianapolis, it's a nice airport. It's clean. It's new. It's spacious. Newer, I should say. Raleigh is good. Felix, Newark. Yeah, I think everybody hates Newark. Newark is awful. What I don't like about Newark either now is, like, I don't know if it's still this way, but the way the construction was happening, you couldn't even, depending what terminal you were trying to go to, you had to go outside, catch like a city train to take you to here, to go to this, to get on the transfer bus. I don't know if that's still going on at Newark, but gosh, Newark is dead to me. Other good airports. I like San Diego. John Wayne is probably one of my favorites just because it's so easy to get in and out of. San Diego is not bad. And that San Diego airport terminal progress is pretty cool. Seeing all the new gates they're going to be building up. Atlantic City, you know what? Ironically, I've spent a lot of time in Atlantic City when I was doing 190 charter. And that is a small hometown airport, my man. At least it used to be. Mesa Airport, meh. Mesa Gateway, it's right. Does anybody still fly there, Oscar? Does anybody still fly to Mesa Gateway? What do I think of Baltimore? It used to be my home. Baltimore Airport's not bad. I really haven't spent a whole lot of time in Baltimore Airport, to be honest with you, Jeremy. Most of my time in Baltimore is just a turn in and out. I really haven't had any issues per se with Baltimore. Although whenever stuff goes wrong, it tends to be around Baltimore. Like, I've had a divert going to Baltimore because somebody went off the edge of the runway. I think it was a UPS. They like slid off when they turned off the taxiway. I've had a divert because we were waiting because something else happened on the field. They weren't allowing traffic to land. The weather was perfect, so we didn't have the fuel to hold. So then we had a divert again. I know somebody who hit a snowbank going into Baltimore, even though they said the runway was plowed. So for me, Baltimore's like a red flag airport. Like, okay, if something's going to happen, it's probably going to happen in or out of Baltimore. Oh, coming down the Raven 6 arrival, it used to be notorious for kicking off the automation. It would take you out of the managed descent. It'd throw you into vertical speed, and you'd blow through the restriction. Used to be, I think it was an error with the nav data or something in our buses, but that was a big problem. Baltimore also was, I think, the only airport that I can think of. If you are a pilot, you know, let me know in the comments if you've heard this. They do it correctly per the book, but it's literally the only airport that this ever happens to. So on the SID in Baltimore, there's multiple departure fixes. Some of them have different altitudes. Okay, Baltimore will give you an altitude in your clearance. Climb and maintain, or climb via SID, except maintain 3,000. Okay, check. Then when you depart, they say climb via SID. And then you have to look and find the altitude transition for your SID. And it's like, well, why didn't you just give me the climb? I think it's for the airspace above them. I don't know. But it's one of the few airports where they do that. And it was getting guys every now and then for setting the proper altitude. They say, oh, climb via. So then they would just scroll the top altitude in, but there's actually a hard altitude that you got to level off at first or something like that. It's just like, why? Why? Technically, it's correct per the letter of the law, but no one else really does it that way. They just give you the altitude. Climb via SID, except maintain 10,000. Why do I have to look it up when I'm trying to drink my coffee with my tray table out, talking to an FO that doesn't know how to work the radios? T-Sizzle, you know what I'm talking about. Yep. Try the Anthem 4 into Baltimore. I haven't done the Anthem 4 in a while. LAX, no, Bills Mafia. They give you a climb via, and then they stop you. So they'll say climb via SID, except maintain 3,000. Boom, done. Every now and then they'll say, okay, climb via the SID, and that one's easier, Bills Mafia, because it's just the climb via SID is just one altitude for all the departures. So then you'd go 19 or 0, whatever it is, and then you continue to climb via. But LA, I think I have had something similar in LA, but it used to just be notorious in Baltimore. So much so that we actually got a memo saying, hey, when this happens, don't be dense. You actually have to remember your training days because Baltimore decides to be special, and you actually have to remember what the altitudes are. The story sounds like a bit of a personal experience. They're all personal experiences, Thomas Ray. They're all personal. Did I get tired of Atlanta traffic? They needed something with all those bottlenecks. Yeah, James. Luckily, I lived real south. I lived south of Noonan. I lived south of Noonan, Georgia, when I was out there. I loved it, man. I loved where we lived. It was great. We actually lived, the closest town was actually Grantville, I think. So we didn't really have, I didn't deal with traffic too much. But yeah, anytime I had to go north, or I went up to PDK to get my Bose my Bose Pro flights, and yeah, that was a mistake. Driving back from a tournament on Lanier, traffic was a mess. But where I was at, typically it wasn't too bad for traffic. But of course, Noonan and Peachtree City, that's a super bottleneck all the time. I avoided those as much as I could. FS24 is dead to me because the rolling cache is stuck in a drive that doesn't exist anymore since I got my new PC and I can't change it. Uh-oh. You should be able to change that rolling cache, though, man. Uninstall it, Parker. 24 is it should be a quick install. Should be. All right, manage descent. We never turned the seatbelt sign off, did we? Speed descent, down we go. Uninstall it and try again, man. That shouldn't be an issue, Parker. You should be able to get past that. MSP is a great airport for passengers. For donuts, as Vodka says, Jeremy. For donuts. I don't mind MSP, though, either. I like the MSP airport. It's clean, good facilities, places to shop. Who doesn't like getting some Duluth stuff? Especially donuts. It's a pretty good airport, man. I like MSP. I drive past PDK for my work commute. Oh, Mr. Martini, I'll pray for you, man. Denal B, what's up, man? I've always been partial to Pittsburgh. Ooh, being the hometown airport and all, landing on 28s coming from the south, you get a circle around the city land. Not as busy anymore, though. Yeah, you know what, Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh is nice because it's a ghost town. But every time I go to Pittsburgh, I always think of my the time when I got food poisoning right before boarding completed. And so I always have a bad memory there. But that was because I had a burrito from Burrito Beach in Chicago. I was doing a Pittsburgh turn out of Chicago. And right, like, I mean, everyone's on board. We're about ready to depart. And physiological needs took over. So I have like a little PTSD about Pittsburgh. But it's nice because it's a ghost town, man. It's a ghost town. Do they still, I don't even know, they still have a ramp? We used to have a ramp operation there. I was like, why do we have a ramp frequency in Pittsburgh? There's 2 airports on the surface of the airport. Or there's 2 airplanes on the entire airport surface, and we have ramp control. Meanwhile, you go to Orlando, where it's absolute free-for-all dog and pony show trying to get to an airside, and there's no ramp control. That's wild. Orlando is in need of a ramp. Big time. Company Massagey, what do we got here? Speed Air at Dunlap. That doesn't seem good. Take a look at that. AOC, receive messages, Cactus Ops. Nah, we're on time. What's the Speed Air at? What's the Speed Air all about? Is there a speed we're supposed to hit? I think we're fine. We're looking good. We're below profile. We're cost index 250. Let's put this into below mode. Pittsburgh was a T-Way hub and U.S. Airways, man. Big time U.S. Airways presence. Austin, anyone? Oh, yeah, there's another one. No ramp, but if you don't see outbound traffic, you get stuck nose to nose. I was just in Austin, man, with one of my last trips. Was it Austin? Yeah. Austin's a nice airport, too. I really like Austin, man. I like the Austin airport. Any airport in Texas is just, I don't say any airport, but I just love Texas, man. I was thinking that the other night. Like, I know I'm supposed to be back in Texas, even though my schedule was better, quality of life, it wasn't better. Just like being back in Texas, driving home in, I said, man, I just love Texas. Just love it, man. It was blue hour. You know, the sun was setting, which I didn't even know was a thing until we started flying Microsoft 2024. And then I really started noticing blue hour at sunset. Austin's good. San Antonio's nice. El Paso's pretty mid. Lubbock. I haven't been to Lubbock on the passenger side of things, I don't think, ever. I've only been into Lubbock as a freighter. Why DCA doesn't have ramp control will always puzzle you? Yep, that's true. Did I pay my way through initial flight training or did I use debt? I had a loan and I didn't pay it off until I was 28 years old. And I started flight training at 13. I'd say that jokingly. My first flight was when my 13th birthday. But no, I took out loans and I did not pay them off well into my career. Phoenix is nice. Oh, yes. Parker, Phoenix is a great airport. I like Phoenix Sky Harbor, absolutely. Corpus Christi. Oscar, you know what? That's another one I don't think I've been to as a passenger. I've flown freight in there. I don't think I've ever done a passenger op at a Corpus Christi. I didn't go into aviation, but my situation is similar. Nice, Wood. Been to CID. Where's that? Childress? What's CID? It looks familiar, but I don't know. Is that like a DIA? It's supposed to be Denver, but you're calling it CID? Houston or Hobby? I don't like either, to be honest with you, college dude. I don't like Intercontinental. I mean, I would pick Houston, IAH, over Hobby. It's just not my favorite. It's got some cool stuff in it, like, and they really do up the Christmas thing there in Houston, which is cool too. But it's just not one of my favorites. It's not a very convenient airport, and everything's so spaced out, and like trains everywhere. You gotta walk forever, which is, I mean, walking's good for you, but when you're trying to catch a commute or something, not awesome. Filthy? Felix? Yeah, no, count me out. I don't want to be a filthy. Philly has changed so much, though. You know what? The #1 transformation airport of all time, though, is LaGuardia. I will still and forever always call it LaGarbage, but the new LaGuardia is quite impressive. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't even look like what it used to look like. All my hours of sitting in those roach-infested terminals and cafeterias and gate spaces with pee stains on the floor, with ceilings that were 7.5 feet tall, because I guess they were 8-foot ceilings, but over the decades they just collapsed to like 7.5, so you felt like you were in a, I don't know, some type of like torture room. But the new LaGuardia is actually pretty impressive. Boston, I like Boston, Raymond. I do like Boston. That's what I like. Man, there's a sandwich place there. I get the roast beef. It's like the best roast beef sandwich you can ever get. Can't remember what it's called, but I know exactly where it's at, and I go there all the time. And I always tell the FO, I'm getting you a roast beef sandwich. If you don't want it, I'll eat it, but you got to try it. So I say every time I go to Boston, all right, I'm going to go get food. You stay here, get the plane turned around. It's on me. Am I joking about the pee stains? Jeremy, I wish I was, man. Sacramento, Kyle? Sacramento's nice. Low-key airport. It's a low-key. SMF is nice. Salt Lake City... kind of the same vibe I get with Salt Lake I do with Houston, man. It's just like it's not a bad airport. It's just not... It doesn't seem like it's a convenient airport. Everything's kind of like here or there. It's, I can take it or leave it. Oh, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. No, Tanner, I don't think I've ever been to Cedar Rapids. Iowa. No, I have been to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I do actually remember being to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, but it's been a long time. Matter of fact, let me see the last time I was in, I have my iPad with me. I think I can look up the last time I was in Cedar Rapids. It's been a long time, dude. I like Des Moines. Des Moines, Iowa is pretty cool. Nashville is definitely almost unrecognizable, Sam. You're absolutely right, man. I like that new terminal set up in Nashville, too. There's a lot of good things to look at in Nashville, if you catch what I'm saying. There's always entertainment in Nashville. I sent you a link to the Mad Dog installer on Discord in case they haven't. Fernando, thanks, man. I'll take a look at it. I have still not been approved for the Leonardo forums, which I don't think they're approving new people because I'm 90% certain that I had my other email was set up for the Mad Dog forums when it first came out, and that was never approved either. So either I'm IP banned, which I don't think is the case, or I just don't think they're approving new people. Detroit, as long as you're on the Delta side, is nice. It's a madhouse, but Detroit is nice. Just gotta watch your back. I feel like other airports have much longer walks than Salt Lake. Oh yeah, for sure, Jet. That's what I'm saying. Salt Lake is meh. I could take or leave Salt Lake. I don't have anything against it, but I don't have anything that's like, oh, I really like Salt Lake. I was in the Army for almost 15 years. I've seen some really nasty and decrepit airports, especially in Africa. James, I could only imagine, dude. I could only imagine. Jackson Hole, favorite arrivals? Yeah, Jackson Hole is beautiful up there, man. Sunport, New Mexico, I don't think I've ever been there. The last time I was at Albuquerque as a passenger, paying passenger, the last time and first time I ever went to Albuquerque was for an interview for Pacific Wings Cargo, a Cessna 208 operator, and I failed the interview process. Well, I failed the written. I didn't know they had an ATP written test, and yeah, I got the test and it was timed, and I was looking at the questions. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and guess on all of these. I never heard anything back. Pacific Wings. I don't even know if they're still around. Do a quick Google search, Pacific Wings. They flew Caravans. Best in the West, SNA. Yeah, SNA is best in the West. I would probably say John Wayne is top 3 up there. San Diego it's just overcrowded right now. That's why I wouldn't put I like San Diego Airport, but it's too crowded, man. I can absolutely see why they're doing the whole expansion, because if you get in one of those little terminals and everybody's either delayed or trying to depart, it's just way too crowded. I also like San Jose a lot. I like San Jose. It's open, it's airy, it's simple. It's one terminal. You walk from one end to the other, you hit every single gate in the airport. No trains required, none of that. Decent food options, good coffee options. You got Pete's, you got Dunkin', you got Starbucks. Plus I'm partial to San Jose because you guys know the story, but I like the new San Jose. Wingnet says I failed the Frontier assessment, took it 3 martinis in at Disney World on my honeymoon 2 hours before the deadline. Guess that didn't make me Frontier material. Now that, Wingnut, is awesome, dude. That's hilarious. That's too funny. Thoughts on Midway? Kind of the same as San Diego. Too busy, man. Too packed. Decent airport. Fun to fly into. I've only ever flown into Midway as on contract in a 190. Taking Embraer 190s in there. That's my only experience going into Midway. So it's been a long time. But even then, I just remember walking around the terminal like, wow, this is freaking packed in here. Nuts on Clark? Yeah, Nuts on Clark. I always think of it as nuts on crack. It always looks like nuts on crack. Yeah, Thomas, right? Yeah, Wingnut. You should have. That probably make you Spirit Airlines material, man. Should have taken their assessment. Did Spirit ever fly 319s in the Key West? I don't know. I only know who flies in the Key West. I know, well, I've done it in Embraers. And I think Delta used to take a baby 7.3 in there. That's another place I haven't been to since I was at the Regionals Key West. Have you ever thought about going into bigger jets? Not really. Remember when Southwest 700s to Key West? Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think I do remember seeing Southwest in there. Oh, Wingnut. Dude, did you see the video in the Discord? Somebody was on a 73200, and you could hear him going from, like, I don't know, 25 to 30 flap or whatever. And just that old school classic flap noise. I still think the 737 Classic is the best flap sound there is. 350's cool, 380's cool. The NG73s are not bad, but it is nothing like the old school Boeing flap motors. So good, man. So nostalgic, too. All right, we're below 5.5 on the fuel. Typical day going to Salt Lake. 54 miles out, 5.5. We're getting down there. We should be okay, though. I think we have a little bit more wind than normal. All right, seatbelts are on. We're going to do manual brakes, full flaps, full reverse. LS push buttons are set. I guess I got to pull out the CTAF for this airport. CTAF SLC. CTAF Reek is 1905. Yeah, Jeremy, that the 7.3 FlyJ SAP flap sounds, dude, absolutely. 119er 050. 119er 050 is set for Bravo Sierra Charlie 3355. Better sim sounds currently, Flyboy or PMDG? What you're talking about with the Boris pack? PMDG 737 Boris Audio Works. You gotta get it. We gave away 2 of them. I am very close. I'm very close to doing another 2020 stream just to fly the Boris sound pack again. It's that good. If you own the 737 from PMDG, you owe it to yourself to pick up the Boris sound pack.
Salt Lake Tower's on 9.05.
Salt Lake Tower's up 1905. All right, we got them ready to go. Oh yeah, L1011 flap sounds, Tony. Yes. All of those old school. Even the 7.2. The 7.2 flap was kind of like a grinder, wasn't it? It was kind of like a, you know, something like that. The 7.3 is so high pitched though. At least the old ones. Yeah, Tom, I would go 7.3, man. I love the Boris sound pack on the Neo too. Don't get me wrong, it's awesome. It's just two different engines, man. I think they're both equally good. I think Boris's new technology and advancements though shine in the 7.3 one, like, you know, the ability to do the ANR or have the seat chatter on or off, things like that. That fly-by-wire sound pack that he made, that was his first airplane, so he's definitely learned and improved a lot. But it's not saying that fly-by-wire sounds are bad. It's just, I think he's got a little more stuff in the tank with the 7.3 one. All right, off to the oral surgeon. We'll take it easy, man. Hopefully you're not getting a root canal. All right, we're gonna go direct to. No, we'll wait till we go a little bit further here. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and select speed.
Salt Lake City.
Open descent down to 11.
Hello. This is Atlantic 744 with you.
Thrust throttle open descent 11 blue. Here we go.
Taxi to runway 34 left. Sorry for contacting you after taxi. I was taxiing already before you said something.
No worries about that. Runway 34 left, you can taxify Echo, Bravo, Alpha 1.
Yeah, I know. They're all getting. It's the efficiency, man. Single slotted flaps, whisper quiet engines. Not burning fuel. No coal rolling. Very mid. The arrival takes you past Ogden. Look down between Ogden Hill and Air Force Base and wave at Blackbird HQ. Oh, really? All right. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Southwest 396, I think.
Yeah, Wingnut. These views are pretty sweet coming in here, man, aren't they?
Go ahead. I wasn't sure if you're with me there. Are you on the final now or anything other?
We've been on a nice idle descent pretty much all the way down. Let's get flight recorder up and ready.
We're just final. Roger.
Alright, flight recorder is ready to go. Do a little jaunt to the right and then we'll go direct Dunlap, call tower.
Let me know when you're fully established. Roger, and we're about Roger, Southwest 396. The winds are calm right now. Continue to approach. Might get somebody out ahead of you to bend. Your approach.
Alright, let's go direct Dunlap. Alright, we're direct Dunlap. And we'll descend to 8,000. Thrust idle open, descent. We'll get our lights on. Wing lights are coming on. We'll activate, confirm. The app is 129. I haven't landed a 319 in a long time. Let's try not to smash. And we are, how far out? We are 25 miles out. We'll give them a call here in just a minute. Nice snow-capped mountains here. Good old Salt Lake. Haven't been there in ages.
396 is calm, runway 34 left clear land.
Winds are calm, AJ. I know it. You know what that means. You know it. Winds are calm and midday sun, so I'm going to be blinded by the pavement. Do I miss the 319s? Yeah. We need to fly it more. I really want. Has there been an update on if they're doing the Sharklet 319? Because I would really like to do the Pasta approach in a 319 Sharklet with IAEs. That's what I would like. But Phoenix been pretty quiet.
Cactus 357, you okay?
Cactus 357, yes sir. 9-3 descending 8,000. We're direct Dunlap.
Cactus 357, roger. Advise when you're crossing Dunlap and then we'll be established.
We'll call you crossing Dunlap, Cactus 357.
Delta 1447, you with me?
Let's pull back 210.
1447,
Delta 1447, you're in trail behind A319, 5 miles
Turk,
ahead.
look how blurry my orthos are,
they,
man.
Indicated airspeed. Cactus 357, 50.
We're pulling back to 210. What do you need, Cactus 357?
Cactus 357, right. Delta 1447, are you visual at the airport? It's off your 12 o'clock at about 20 miles.
We're at the airport on traffic inside, so 1447.
Delta 1447, are you able to side step to runway 34 right?
Yeah, we can side step runway 34 right, Delta 1447.
Delta 1447.
Used to fly gliders right behind the wing, dude? Really?
Clear visual
Over
approach,
here?
34 right approach.
Side step 34
That's
right.
awesome, man.
1447.
Cactus 357, you are number 2 behind a Southwest Boeing on a 6 mile final. Winds calm, runway 34 left to the land.
Runway 34 left, clear to land, Cactus 357. Thank you. Alright, clear to land.
357, that traffic's no longer behind you, so your speed.
Copy that, thanks, Cactus 357. Alright, let's go ahead and let's hang tight here. We don't need flaps yet. Recording is on, so we've got that set.
And Salt Lake City Tower Hill, PSA 705, 25 miles out, flow 34 left.
Blue Street.
PSA 705, Salt Lake Tower, hello. Continue approach number 3. Continue approach number 3, PSA 705.
Alright, we'll dial in 180. Oh, that's OG PSA coming in? Really? Uh-oh. Somebody's in the lab.
Atlantic 744, heavy.
Cabin is now secure for landing.
Okay, thank you.
No, we
That's
can wait for the
typically
traffic, no worries.
when you get ACAP, someone's up in the lab.
It's a line of
Flaps
3,
one.
so it's just what's sure. Behind this guy that's coming in now.
I think I messed up my wing view here. I don't have a slat.
Yeah, roger that.
Roger. Check the 357, I'm gonna get a Boeing 75 out ahead of you there. Wake should dissipate by the time you get over. That's right.
Cover that kick, 67 next. Alright, VFE next, minus 10, flat 2.
1447,
Approaches arms. Glide slope blue, low blue. It captured the glide star, low star.
Runway 34 right though.
Flaps 2, 180 is set. We'll tan fly. Shall we? Or should we look at the juice? Look at the juice.
Salt Lake City Tower, Atlantic 744 is building.
Let's give ourselves the 319.3. Let's call it 131.
Sorry for that. But I'm waiting for the traffic.
Autopilot's coming
Roger,
off.
right.
Set the auto thrust on. Let's see how it does here. What's field elevation? 4,500 feet. Status, clear status. 42, so call it 6,200. We'll gear down it.
Atlantic 744 heavy behind the landing, Boeing 737-800, runway 34 left, line of Boeing.
Roxanne, what's up, man? Just sent you a
Line
sexy
up
picture.
after landing.
Or
Traffic,
telephone.
line up
Oh,
and wait.
great.
Landing
I have to look at it. I
744.
don't know where my phone is.
PSA 705.
Runway is in sight.
You're number
Coming up on
3,
2,000
number 2
above
behind
touchdown.
the,
Manage
KPHX-KSLC
speed. Gear
319,
down. Spoilers arm.
Wing con, runway 34 left, clear land.
34 left, clear land, PSA 705.
And Southwest 396, no delay on the exit, please.
I have no idea what gate we're going. What gate are we going to, Wingnut? VFE next, minus 10, flaps 3.
Atlantic 744, winds calm, fly runway heading, runway
And
34
VFE
left,
next, minus 10, flaps. A full landing checklist.
Clear for immediate
Look
takeoff.
at that
runway
juice, little
34
flap
left,
shake out there.
744.
Oh, that's so nice.
South 396, thank you, welcome to Salt Lake Ridge.
Landing checks, chem crew advise, auto thrust, speed, auto brakes are off, ECAM memo, landing all green, landing checklist is complete. Is it all green or no blue? Alright. Auto thrust seems to be doing a great job, although it's not really shifty. I have realistic on too.
Southwest 396. Sorry, Southwest 396, go ahead. Yeah, what gate you going to? Any Alpha gate will do 396. Southwest 396, you can taxi us via Bravo 2 West. Bravo 2 West.
Josh, what's up, man? Yeah, we can see you. Pretty stable this
Salt Lake
morning.
City Tower,
Almost feels like the labs.
Airport, crossing 4,400.
Or should I say, almost feels like it's on
Thank you,
rails.
turn left heading 260.
260, 2744.
Winds are legitimately calm. Prepare for smash. Little moat around the airport here.
100 above.
I don't think those trailers are there in real life.
3.5 miles on the parallel. It's A3 to 1 report. A321 reporting.
30, 20, retard.
We have the.
Oh my gosh, I freaking smashed it again. Son of a
Roger,
gun.
maintain visual separation.
Oh
with
my
that
gosh,
traffic.
Chad, we
And,
thought,
slow traffic
oh,
will
he
be
smashed it
leading.
hard. Damn
Maintain
it.
visual separation, PSA 1005.
Oh, we
Cactus
just,
327, thank you. Welcome to Salt
we
Lake.
crunched that on.
on.
We absolutely crunched it. Can we make this one? Yes, we can.
Galactic 744, heavy, climb, maintain flight level 230, direct scan.
We
Climb flight level
Crunched it.
230. Direct Kent, Atlantic 744.
I have an excuse. I'll tell you what it is here in a second.
Cactus 357, welcome to Salt Lake, Gate.
Bravo 3, Cactus 357.
Cactus 57, you can direct to Bravo 3 by Echo, spot 16.
Echo spot 16 for Cactus 357, thank you. Where's that at? I just made it up.
Galactic 744,
Echo
Salt
and
Lake
then
South line.
spot
You can switch over to
16.
Unicom, have a good one.
Oh, keep it moving.
122.8 for Atlantic 744. I was unable to maintain the 230 knots. Sorry for that, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Okay, so
No worries, you have a good one.
here's the thing. When I pitched back to here, I thought I was at the stop of my Moza, but there's like a little bit of a, I don't know. I don't have an excuse for you. That sucked. I felt like I was at the full aft travel when I wasn't really at full aft travel.
Salt Lake Tower, Cactus 2781, 2 miles from Dome Lab.
I don't know.
34 left.
A niche hardware issue, perhaps? No, it was a skill issue on that one.
Cactus 27.
We're going to attempt that again in the replay.
Continue approach.
We're going to attempt that in replay.
Here, approach 2781.
Oh, I love the 319. We're also at 4,400 feet, so that doesn't help. Is this spot 16? We'll just disconnect and roll in right here. How's that? Let's get to the replay. We'll disconnect from the network. We're going to roll in right here. One does not simply flare the 319. No, I just needed more of it. I just needed more. I don't know if it was a full bounce game hook. I know it was a decompression bounce, so I know we actually came up. We may actually see some phase lift dumping on this one. We'll see. I wanted to show you guys phase lift dumping and how it works, so I did this on purpose. Yeah, I forgot I was at 4,000 feet too. That didn't help. We're just going to park here because there has never been a good Salt Lake scenery since I've been a flight simmer. And we're just going to park it right here. Now we're going to go right to replay. Replay cam is up. Let's see. Park brake is off. Rearm the spoilers. We'll go flaps to this position. That is on. AJ, I've seen this before. It's like a pilot interface issue. Thanks for the $3 super chat, AJ. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, something like that. Thanks, AJ. Appreciate the $3 super chat. Let's go full speed. Flaps are coming out. I have a suspicion V1 was a Navy guy. Did we fly in the same squadron? You land like a Hornet guy. Oh, no, man. Definitely not me. Ugh. Maybe I should apply. You know, if this whole airline thing doesn't work out, is there an age limitation? Can I still go in can I join the Navy? Maybe I was looking, maybe I'm practicing for my Air to Sucre, my second career. Just buy an F-18 and fly it for fun. More excuses than a Top Gun IP. Yeah, we just, I thought, I'm going to tell you, when I pulled my stick aft, there's like a tiny little bump. I think what it is it's the profile, because the profile doesn't give me full elevator access, because Vodka didn't make it for the 319, he made it for the 320. So when I'm full aft, I technically don't have full aileron elevator deflection. So that kind of interrupted my flare. So I think that's what happened. I don't even want to watch from the engine view yet. Let's just watch from the wing view, see what happened. Oh. See the pitch up, the excess pitch up there from the... Alright.
Too low. Terrain.
You ready for this? I'm not ready for this. Oh, I left the landing light off. That's what it was. I couldn't see. The landing light was off. It threw me off on my flare, I swear. The landing light was off. Oh, see, look. Yeah, definitely decompressed. No bounce, but it decompressed. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to wind it back. I'm going to try again. Pete Ski, my man, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, dude. Really appreciate it.
Great.
Very kind. Appreciate the $10 super chat. All right, we're going to stop replay. You're going to watch me do this live here. Uh-oh, where are my transitions? There we go. All right, stop replay. I have control, right? I'm flying.
Don't
Everything
sink.
is good. I have the thrust levers. Let me take control of the thrust
Don't
levers.
sink.
Beam. Cool.
Don't sink.
Yeah. Don't sink. Flight director's off. Give me the bird.
Don't sink.
We're going to grease this one.
Don't sink.
Just to show you that it can be done.
Don't sink.
I'm going to save the other one. That's 319
Don't sink.
smash. We'll watch that again. At the
Don't
end here.
sink.
Don't listen to Jip Whiz.
Don't sink.
All right, new recording is on. Oh, we're
Don't
way
sink.
off. Oh my gosh, are you
Don't
kidding
sink.
me? Okay, we're going to skip
Don't
the
sink.
touchdown zone.
Don't sink.
We're going to skip the touchdown zone because I was looking at the...
Don't sink.
I was looking
Don't
at the
sink.
other monitor here.
Don't sink.
I just want to get a
Think
good
rate.
flare.
Don't sink.
40, 30, 20.
Don't sink.
Retard.
That's better. That's better. All right, let's just see. Replay. It wasn't great, but it was better. Just
Don't
need
sink.
more. Just need more. It's because it's in replay mode. It's broken. See, hold up. Okay, that's still firm. Still firm.
Too low.
Victor's
Terrain.
profile needs work. Okay, I have control. I'm back live. My airplane.
Think rate.
We're sinking rapidly. Power,
Pull
please.
up.
Power, please. Power, please. Power, please. Power, please.
Speed.
That's something you don't want to hear. All right, destabilized. New recording is on.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Still smashed. I think it's Vodka's profile. I think it's Vodka's profile.
Too low.
Speed.
Terrain.
Speed.
Don't.
Hold on. Let me load. Let me try one more. Get my engine spooled up here.
Think rate. Pull up. Pull
No,
up.
that I don't have control. It's not too close in on that
Pull
replay.
up.
Retard.
Ooh,
Retard.
that one doesn't.
Retard.
That one don't count.
Retard.
All right, let me
Retard.
load in the other one. Yeah,
Retard.
no, we're going off that. We'll go with my 319. Let's go to the original one. All right, here we go.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
We're gonna leave you all with this one. I'm done. This was the original landing we did. Get the spoilers back down. Bring on those. All right. Listen. There's room for improvement on the landing. There's room for improvement. There's definitely room for improvement, but it's still legal. I never actually ran the. Let me run G's real quick. Let me see what G says. Blame it on the Salt Lake weather. I want to see what the G says here real quick. I guess a 350. Ooh. 367. 367. Not as hard as Fly Navy's real world landing. 367. All right. I'm out of here. We're going to be live in the Dukes later. Enjoy the Salt Lake City landing here in real time. I just woke everybody up. It's time to get up. We had a nice smooth flight from Phoenix. It's time to go. Time to wake up and go back to work here. All right, y'all. Thank you all for tuning in on this one. We'll be live tomorrow in the 320, hopefully for a smoother landing than this one. And it should be a pretty fun flight. We'll come up with a route and an MEO for that one as well. So thank you all for the support. Until the Duke stream, head over to the main page of the channel. Make sure you get ready to tune in for the Duke stream. That'll be coming at you here in just over 2 hours or so, right around 3:30 Central Time. It'll either be Duke Piston or Turbine. I haven't decided yet. So y'all are awesome. Thanks for the support. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I'm V1. Soup! there's a train in here. Look at the train.